On a Saturday morning for the Daddykirbs live show. It is wonderful being here with you this morning. Thank you for joining us, those of you who are here with us live, and those of you who are watching it later in replay, thank you for sharing this time with us in replay. This is the Daddykirbs live show. It is every Saturday morning so far. Well, not so far, sometimes we miss, but right now the time is Saturday at 9 a.m. And the purpose of the show is for us to gather together as a family to discuss what's going on here on the farm and also what's going on your homesteads, or even if it's an urban or suburban homestead, or even just a patio where you grow your own tomato plants or something like that. We're here to talk about those things. The reason, well, I don't know if I titled this. What did I title this one? I said
progress and more.
Beeyard that's what Kate's here for, to keep me on track. Beeyard progress and more. I was going to title the show Weekly Newsletter, because I was thinking it's kind of like a newsletter. It's where we get together and share all of the things that are happening. We keep each other updated, and then talk about some of the projects that we have going on that we've done in the past week and that we intend to do coming up real soon. So yes, just to introduce, this is my friend Kate. She's a moderator. She has the nickname Gate Kate, or most recently we've talked about calling her Granny Kirbs. She's a friend that comes in, helps me with moderating the live show, carrying on the chat, and helping me out if I have questions about what's going on in the chat. Because sometimes, because I'm focused on just talking, I can't always scroll through and see what's going on in the chat. I do occasionally try to get into the chat, scroll through, but I miss a lot of stuff. So thank you, Kate, for helping me out with that. There are a few subjects that I want to cover today, but before I do that, I want to mention that I am drinking coffee this morning. It's not out of my insulated mug. This is going to get cold before I'm done, but it's nice and warm right now. But I was supposed to be starting my my week of doing the Axio. I think I pronounced that right. Axio. My friend Doug Bowd, and I said his name right this time. I thought it was Doug Bode, but I heard him say his name, and it's Doug Bowd, is selling this product, and he asked me to try it out. So I'm starting tomorrow morning, I think. I'm going to start doing this instead of coffee for a whole week, and I'm going to see how that treats me. So maybe next week we can talk about how this makes me feel. But anyway, Doug Bowd, thank you so much for donating a week's worth of that to me so I can try it out. But for now, it's coffee. And for a whole week, I'm going to try not coffee in the morning. Yeah, Mama Kirbs is in the background, shocked that I would give coffee up for a week. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to give this stuff a fair shot. I'm going to see what it does, and we'll talk about that next week. So, adjust the camera here a little bit. All right, some of the things that I wanted to talk about. What did I want to talk about? I made notes.
Look at your list.
I do. I have notes. T-shirt design. This is something that I think is kind of fun. Right now I'm wearing a t-shirt by GreenStalk. GreenStalk Gardens gives me or has given me some GreenStalk Gardens to use here on the farm, which I'm going to be planting some soon for my fall garden. But I'm wearing their shirt this morning. Typically I'll wear some of the shirts that are for sale on Amazon, not designed by me. They're not mine. But it's the Got Tomatoes and Grow t-shirt. I like those shirts a lot. But lately I've been thinking about doing t-shirt design for the Daddykirbs farm, and I'm working on that. If you are a member of the Daddykirbs family Facebook group, you probably have seen the picture of me. I took some studly young man's body and put my head on him, and he has a plain white t-shirt on, so I put a design on there, and I'm going to be working through some designs and posting them up. And if you have ideas for t-shirt designs, I would love for you to join the family group and share that in the conversation of that post, so that we can eventually come up with something that's really cool and fun for the Daddykirbs farm and the community that is forming around it. And We Tree Bonsai posted the family group there. Thank you very much. That reminds me, I have a few moderators here in the group. Kate here is with me physically, but also We Tree Bonsai and Øystein, and is that
Ronald's
all?
Here.
And Ronald is in the house. So there's 4 moderators helping me to keep the conversation moving and keep it family friendly. Thank you so much for your efforts there. No coffee, no way. Well, you know, it's not going to be easy to give up coffee, not because I feel like I'm addicted to coffee, but it's a routine that I really enjoy. I just love having the warm cup and the smell and the flavor. Coffee is a big thing to me, so I am going to try it out. Yeah, you are addicted?
I am addicted. There's no in coffee.
Some people are. Bless you. Xavier's here from Singapore. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I haven't gone through everyone here this morning, and I may. It is buffering a little. My internet is kind of weak. Do we have anyone awake on internet that you know of? Okay.
Liz, were you on that internet?
John Haffey. Haffey is not a coffee drinker. He's a green tea and ginger kind of guy. That actually sounds kind of good. I don't know if I'd do it in the mornings, but it sounds good. Hey, Luke, can you go and see if it's...
I bet she's not.
Okay. Well, the internet is really spotty right now. Sorry, this is a little technical moment here in the family, making sure that I'm in the country and my internet connection is not that great. So if I'm sharing it with too many devices, it is... it doesn't work too well, so we have to make sure the kids are off the internet while I'm doing my live show. Okay, so we have a few other things. Let me see who's here while we're struggling with the internet a little bit. Barbara is here. Xavier, Stacy Schaefer, Haffey, Paul Otis, Liv, the Music Well. Good morning. Let's see, Ronald, Kate, Wheat Tree, Paul. Good looking group. Home Place Journal. Okay, so you asked what is Axio. I'm going to have to look it up. I don't know exactly. I know it's some sort of a, let's see what it says. The package is, I got to take my glasses off. Oh, it doesn't say. This is an individual. Okay, I think we're back. We did have some kids on the internet, but now they're off, so hopefully we have a better connection. It still says it's bad. I really apologize. I do really apologize for that. Yeah. Okay, so I will have to have some more information about this next week because I really should have had that ready this morning. I don't, but I am going to try it. So maybe next week with the report, I can also give you a little bit more information about what that is. So that was the Axio and the t-shirt. Just for fun, Thanksgiving. How did you guys, here's a question. For Thanksgiving or for the holidays, not everyone is in an area that celebrates Thanksgiving, I realize that, but for these holidays, did you visit family? Did you have a big meal? Share a little bit with me in the comments about what you did for this holiday. If you don't recognize this holiday, you can just say, I don't recognize this holiday. But if you do, let me know what you did. Our family went over to my parents' house. My mom, my dad, and my sister all live in a house that is about 10 miles from here. And so we went over there and joined them for lunch and visited them for a couple hours. And while I was there, just for fun, my mom grows a lot of flowers. So I collected a bunch of seeds. And these are all things that should seed well here in Texas. So, hey, Tim's in the house. Tim. I said that because Tim Turner is at a rabbit show right now in Seguin, and I'm going there right after this show. So Tim, I'll see you in a little bit. But anyway, while I was at my parents' house, I collected a bunch of flower seeds this bunch of flower seeds, and it's just a mix of different things. I can't even tell you what they all are, but they're things that were growing in my mom's backyard. I know one of them is the, oh goodness, what's that big flower? Zinnia. Yes. So I'm going to be spreading these out probably in the orchard on the berm just to see a bunch of flowers come up in the orchard. So that'll be fun. All right, let's see what people are doing. Ronald says he smoked a 22-pound turkey and 11-pound pork butt along with roasted purple sweet potatoes. Wow, that sounds really, really delicious.
Yes, it does.
Let's see here. Mary Wiseman, I worked, but people brought me food. Hey, that's not a bad deal. People bringing food into you, especially if you love your work. JTC Homestead had a small Thanksgiving this year. You know what's really, really funny? Maybe it's just because I'm getting older. Typically, in the past, when I was a younger guy, I could eat a lot of food. This year at Thanksgiving, I ate a plate and a half and stopped. I couldn't even finish my second plate. It was really kind of sad. But, you know, the chickens got the rest. And you guys are having... Renato Luna says, did you set your scales back 10 pounds? Is that an annual ritual? Setting your scales back? Wheat Tree Bonsai, they did steaks. Chinese, Home Place Journal went out for Chinese. That sounds good. I love Chinese. You guys are carrying on a nice conversation here in the chat. This is, I say this often, but it truly is how I feel. I love watching you guys carry on a conversation here without me, because that means that we are building community, and I truly appreciate that. Okay, it is it is a lot of fun hanging out, and I just kind of lost my train of thought. But I did title this show Beeyard Progress, and I wanted to say that the video that we put out last week was a video about the family working on clearing an area. Hey, Better Together Life just joined us. You guys did a great video with Justin Rhodes and his family. That was really cool.
Yes.
I'm glad to see that you guys had that opportunity to hang out with the Rhodes family in Houston. I wish I could have gotten over there and sat with you guys, but, you know, life doesn't happen like that. So the Beeyard, we got all that cleared up and had a great time as a family. If you haven't seen the Beeyard video, go check that out. See how we work as a family. It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny. The kids are helpful and frustrating, but you know, that's how kids are. We this week, after that video, got some more progress done, and I really hope to show that to you, maybe even in a video for tomorrow. It depends on if we can get that edited today. But we really are making great progress. The Beeyard is going to be super, super duper cool. For those of you who follow the Daddykirbs Farm channel for the beekeeping, it's about to get more interesting, at least more pretty. The Beeyard is going to be a really cool place to hang out. So I'm looking forward to that. We got a bunch of materials for the fence, and just had a whole lot of help getting things moving along out there. So I'll summarize it once again with this. The Beeyard's looking really cool. All right. Wow, you guys are chatting a lot.
Yeah.
Better Life Together came in. I said that. Tommy Chrysler. Dream is my faves. Yes, is here. Let's see. Better Life Together says, we just got home from Thanksgiving. Sorry I haven't responded to you. We are exhausted. You are forgiven. That was in response to me sending a text to Bo with Better Together Life yesterday. And but I guess turnabout is fair play, because I haven't responded to Kelly yet about the phone call that she wants to have, because I don't have an answer yet. Sorry. Let's see. The bees are hanging in there, Xavier. They're doing fine. It appears they're doing fine. I haven't gone out and dug into the hives, mostly because every time I have an opportunity, it's either too cold or too dark, and I don't want to disrupt the bees and give them a hard time to reestablish after opening a hive. If you open the hive when it's too cold or just everything's not pretty close to comfortable for them, then it takes them a long time to recover. It takes a lot of effort. So I haven't opened the hives, but they're coming and going. I have 3 hives that appear to be doing really well, and pretty soon all 3 of those hives are going to be moved from their current location over into the new Beeyard. Did Lester come in the chat yet? Have you seen Lester come in yet?
Not yet.
No? Lester offered last week to come down. He's in the Austin area, offered to come down and help me move the hives. So that's a possibility, to have some help with another beekeeper to move those hives over. Let's see here.
A lot of new people coming in.
That is wonderful. Green Gables Homestead, good morning. It's good to see you. I may miss somebody. Sorry. My Visla, I'm sure you know to move bees after dark. Yes, that is so that the bees will all be home, and hopefully at that point, you know, I can block the entrance, strap the hive shut, and then carry the hive over to its new location. And by the time the sun comes out, now here's the story. I'm not sure exactly. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research, but I think the story is when you move a beehive, that you know, you wait till after dark, block the entrance, move the hive, and then you put some sort of obstruction, a pile of grass or weeds or something in front of the hive entrance. That way when they come out, they're a little bit disoriented and they have to check things out and figure out where they are, and so that when they fly out, they can come back to the right hive, because otherwise they would fly out and then come back to where the hive was, not to where it is, because they have their GPS settings on that old location. So hopefully we can do that and we don't have a bunch of confused bees wandering around the farm. I might have to stand out there with a sign saying your hive's over there.
No, just tell them how to program their little GPS.
That's right. Maybe we need to have a beekeeping GPS programming lesson before we move the hives.
Good idea.
All right. Hey, Mr. Hellfinger says, just dropping by to check out the stream and give a thumbs up. Thank you very much. That is much appreciated. It is true that here on YouTube, since this is a YouTube live show, the more thumbs up, the more comments, and the more interaction that you give during the show and in replay, YouTube favors that and will show my video in other locations. They'll put them in the suggested videos or however their algorithm works. But the more positive feedback I get from you guys, the more YouTube favors my videos. So give the thumbs up, and also lots of comments. You guys carry on your conversation here, and then in replay, leave comments as well. Let's see, Tommy Chrysler, have you thought about trying flow hives? I'm considering hoping for a December sale. I have thought about it, but I just have not wanted to spend the money on that yet. I wanted to give Flow Hive a season or two to get out there and get tested before I put my money into it, and I just haven't decided to put my money into that yet. I do plan on having 8 operational hives here on the farm, at least 8. Actually, at least 6, but I'm going to have space for 8 or more in the Beeyard, and it is possible in the future that I could have a flow hive out there so I can be part of that testing process. But I just have to get things set up and then get the money to spend on one of those hives, because they're not really cheap. Let's see here. Pioneer Bee Company in Homestead. Good morning. Happy to be here. It is so good to have you here.
got your first live chat donation.
Okay, good. Let's see. I need to scroll down. I'm reading some of these other comments. Pioneer Bee Company says, yes, that's how I would do it. I assume you mean by blocking it. I think I'm way behind on the chat. Blocking it, strapping it, moving it, and putting the grass in front. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. You guys are talking to each other, so that's wonderful. Mr. Helfinger said, I love this topic. I think I first found this channel when I was studying beekeeping. It's a big interest, and I want to pursue that someday. It is a very interesting subject to pursue and to make a part of your homesteading journey, because the bees will teach you a lot. I went into it thinking I had a fair idea about bees, but the more you work with the bees, the more you realize whatever you thought you learned probably wasn't right, and you have to relearn everything. And the bees do a great job of teaching you those things. Pioneer Bee Company says you could also close up the hive for a few days. You know, I wondered about that. I wondered if it would be okay to close the hive and then, you know, make sure they have ventilation and all, but to leave them in the hive for at least a day or so. I'll have to do some research, or maybe you could point me to something to read, or just give me a little advice here in the chat. If you do give me advice in the chat, come back in replay and retype that, or at least copy paste, so that I can have that, because the chat here in the live show goes away when the live show is no longer live. May want to put nuke boxes at the old location to capture the stragglers for a couple days. That's a good idea. Yes, Xavier, yeah, chat with me in Facebook, in the family group, about that, and we will definitely take care of that.
You got 2 super chats now.
I am way behind on the chat. Tommy Chrysler says, I've been told to leave the bees contained for 24 to 48 hours prior to letting them fly at a new location. Okay. I love getting advice from you guys. It's really cool to get advice from a community, because then you can sort that out, do a little research, and filter that and learn a lot. There you go. Hey, Øystein, the first super chat. I'm finally caught up with that. Yay for Kate getting her beehive set up soon. Yeah, she's, look, what do you say, February, I think? Yeah, that's going to be really exciting to have more beehives in the local area to help with all the pollination. There's plenty of wildflowers and crops in this area. Haffy is offering advice to save my money and not get a flow hive. Yeah, that's just part of the research I'm going to do, is to see how other people like them, and if they're worth the money. Lori Lumax, I started some seeds last week, onions, lettuce, and garlic babies. It's exciting in Canada. It's early to start planting, still many hours of darkness. Yeah, you guys have a very short growing season up there, so you have to be on it. The Texas season is a little more forgiving. If you miss 1 week, you can go to the next and you still have plenty of season. But up north, it's not quite the same way. Liv with another super chat. Thank you so much. You guys are a very supportive family, and I truly appreciate all of the support that you give, not only through the super chats like today, but also in the Patreon group. Those who support me on a regular basis in Patreon are truly appreciated, because that is a regular amount of money that helps me purchase some of the equipment that I need for doing the YouTube creation. Also, I think next month the Patreon amount is going to buy a bunch of Daddykirbs hats. And those hats, just like Kate's wearing and I'm wearing, we're slowly rolling out hats through the family group and through purchases here. If you contact me through my daddykirbs.com or through my normal Gmail address, we can arrange getting a hat sent to you. You can buy a hat, and then also post those hat pictures, a selfie of you, on your favorite social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and hashtag Daddykirbs Family with an N. Daddykirbs Fanily. And then I'm going to do a contest of those people who have done a selfie with your Daddykirbs hat. So yes, the Patreon money for this next month is probably going to purchase a bunch of hats. My Wisla says, anyone do water kefir? What's your favorite flavor and second ferment?
I do milk kefir.
Oh, milk kefir, that's right.
And lots of kefir cheese.
Kefir cheese.
Oh, I love it.
Norway is leading in super chats. Yes. Hey, Renato, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. Every super chat is truly appreciated and is another metric that YouTube, I think, I get a metric. Whenever I get done with all of these videos, I get to go in and I get to see all of the charts, the pretty charts, the nerd stuff behind YouTube. And I can see the number of super chats this week compared to last week, as well as the thumbs up and the comments and where you guys are from, your countries, all those things. It's really cool to see all those metrics in the YouTube analytics. So thank you very much for joining the Norway family with the super chats this morning. Renato, that's much appreciated. Pause so Blake can catch up. Yeah, Blake is always a little behind. Just like now, another one from Ronald. Thank you very much, Ronald. You have been a great friend and supporter of the Daddykirbs group. You say you're slow this morning. I'm a little slower, I think. I'm way behind in the chat. I feel like I'm stumbling over all my words. My words. See what I'm talking about? Stumbling over my words. Thank you so much for giving me a little grace and joining me here in community this morning on the Daddykirbs live show. And my coffee's getting cold. Do you mind? Oh, thanks. Get my coffee heated up. Just a little bit more, please. Stacy Schaefer says, my favorite water kefirs are mixed berry and peach. I've only had water kefir one time, and it was really, really good. I've had milk kefir a couple of times, and that's really good, too. It's kind of like drinking yogurt. All right. Trying to catch up. I thought today's live show was at 9 a.m. Central. It is. Right now it's 9:30, Xavier. Yeah, so you may be a little confused because of the daylight savings time. We just recently switched and went an hour different. Reading some of these. Sorry, I go quiet because I try to catch up on reading. Hey, thank you, WeTree, for reminding people. I almost forgot. I actually have a note here to remind me. But if you are doing your holiday shopping or just your typical normal shopping, you can check out Amazon.com/shop/Blake Kirby. Thank you, WeTree, for sharing that in the comments. It costs you nothing more. It's your normal Amazon shopping. You know, if you're hooked, many of you are hooked on Amazon convenience. If you do that on a regular basis and you start your shopping session with my link, it costs you nothing more, but it does give a few pennies on the dollar to the Daddykirbs farm, helping to support the efforts here as well. So thank you very much for that. Ronald says he's missing Luke. Hey, Luke, you want to join us for just a minute? Hey, you can tell him what you're doing tomorrow. Come on in, bud. Hi. Say howdy to everyone. There you go. You can't see yourself because you're behind the chat there. Right there's the camera. Okay. Can you tell everybody what you're doing tomorrow?
Swimming with dolphins.
That's right. Luke is going to swim with the dolphins. I told you last week that he had a wonderful time swimming with the dolphins while we were on vacation. So we came home. Here in San Antonio, Texas, we have a Sea World. And so he is going to be SeaWorld has, every year they have it's like they call it Blue Friday, but it's like a Black Friday special. And they have experiences where you can go see the penguins or the beluga whale or the sea lions or the dolphins. So we bought Luke for Christmas an experience to go hang out with the dolphins, and that happens tomorrow. So it's early Christmas for Luke. But when Luke knows something is going to happen, it has to be now, because he doesn't like to wait. When he knows it's going to happen, he just cannot hold on for that next event.
I'm excited.
What do you like most about dolphins?
Feed them.
You like feeding them? They give you the little fish you can put in their mouth? Do you like how their skin feels? Yeah? Are you ready to get out of the camera?
What else do you like?
Yeah, you can get up.
Lots and lots and lots of people saying good morning to you, Luke.
Yeah, everyone
Everybody
likes
said-
to say hi to Luke.
Yes.
All right. Hey, thank you, Ronald,
Tim
for...
wants to know if Luke's coming to the rabbit show.
Yeah, Luke is coming to the rabbit show, Tim. And I see right here that Trish Rivera is matching Ronald in the super chats. Thank you so much for supporting Trish. You are a wonderful supporter of the Daddykirbs farm as well. And my coffee is nice and warm now and filled back up. All right. I am way, way, way behind again. We're 32 minutes in. Yeah, Kate's chatting about her kefir cheese. She's told me a lot about that kefir cheese. And so she has a lot to offer.
One day I'm going to bring you some, let you try.
Yeah, and I keep talking about her sharing her experience. She has shared some experience on Steam It. She's talked about sharing possibly someday on YouTube, but she hasn't quite stepped into that yet. She's a little nervous about being number one on the camera.
Yes.
I think she can do it. It's all a confidence thing. I've gone through the confidence thing. I'm really not good at it even yet, but at the beginning I was terrible at it, and you just get better. So I think you can do it. Okay, and she has a lot to offer. Kate does a lot of stuff.
I am a busy person.
She is a busy, busy person. Let's see. Leap Anderson says, how big are the worms where you live? Not sure what that's connected to, but I got to tell you, the nightcrawler worms, the earthworms that we have here in Texas are massive. They really are. I have a video about that, actually. If you go search...
That's a good idea.
If you go search the Daddykirbs channel, there are several videos that show the worms. I think one of them, I can't remember the title. But anyway, do a search for worms on the Daddykirbs channel, and you'll see some very large earthworms. Hey, yes, and We Tree Bonsai started out a collaboration on Steam It. It's kind of cool because she started and did 4 episodes, I believe, of a Steam It series of articles that relate to people. It really is for anyone new on Steam It that wants to learn anything, but the title is for people coming over from YouTube, because a lot of YouTubers who go to Steam It, they don't really get it. They feel like it's a sort of a foreign land, which is in the title of the post. It's not the same as YouTube. So there's lots of advice there. 4 episodes from We Tree Bonsai, 2 episodes from me, and then yesterday, and I think again today, and maybe tomorrow, episodes from a Steam It user who is also on YouTube called Papa Pepper, and he has a huge following, lots of advice. So if you have any interest at all of going over to Steam It, go check that collaboration out. I think there's, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 episodes already that you can read through and learn a lot about how to use Steam It. And if you don't know, Steam It is a social media platform where you can earn cryptocurrency. It's the Steam dollar. It's kind of like the whole Bitcoin rage, which is going through the roof, by the way. Oh, now I'm catching up to people wanting to chat with Luke. Wait a minute, that's the same chat. If Luke wants to come back, he can, but if he's too nervous to be in the camera, he doesn't have to. Yeah, he said no. He didn't want to come back. Luke, you have the brownest eyes. They said you have the brownest eyes, Luke. That made him smile. Yes, Luke's going to swim with the dolphins. He won't actually swim. He'll be in the water with them. He'll touch them and feed them and give them commands so they dance in the water. And that'll be a 20 to 30 minute experience.
In case anyone is interested and live in San Antonio, they might want to look into that special.
Yeah, if you live in the or anywhere near San Antonio, check out the SeaWorld Blue Friday specials. That way you can maybe hang out with a dolphin or a sea lion as well. All right, man, I'm way behind. You guys are so good. You guys are a great audience. I'm going to try to get caught up, and I'm going to see what else. Oh, the rabbit show. I did mention that already. If you're in the Seguin, San Antonio, Seguin area, and you want to come join us in Seguin, right after the show, which is 10 o'clock roughly, I'm going to pack up, take my family down, hang out with Tim and his family as they're doing a rabbit show. We'll be there for maybe a couple hours. So if you're in the area and you want to hang out, shake hands, please come down, support the rabbit show. Maybe you can buy a rabbit. I guess. I think they're selling rabbits.
I could wear my rabbit and my bunny coat and go there.
You could. You could. Kate has a bunny coat. She came in wearing it this morning. It's not real bunny.
No. It just feels like it.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Catching up. Oh, Papa Pepper has 3 episodes. That is so cool.
They want to know what breeds of rabbits are at the show.
Tim Turner, if you're still on, share in the chat what breeds of rabbits. Now, I know that Tim and his family, well, I think I got it right. I'm pretty sure they are showing the, what do they call, Flemish Giants?
I don't know anything about rabbits.
Big floppy-eared, massive rabbits that weigh like 30 pounds, I think. They're huge. Okay, Pioneer Bee Company in Homestead, please, all of the advice you're giving me here, share after the video goes live, because I know I'm missing some of it, and I would love to hear everything you have to say about that. So please share that in the comments after the show goes to replay. Okay, so Tim says, yes, some of the breeders have rabbits for sale. Home Place Journal has silver fox rabbits. Those, if I have my memory with me this morning, sometimes my memory takes a vacation. The silver fox is one of those that is a sort of a rare and dying breed. Not dying, but you know, there's not many of them anymore. I might have that wrong. Kate's phone. Let's see. Will do. Thank you, Pioneer Bee Company. And anyone else that has beekeeping advice. Now, I know this. If you ask 10 beekeepers the same question, you'll probably get 11 answers. I know that's true. It's okay. But if you have something that you want to share, how to do something or why to do something, go ahead and share it. What I've learned to do with my beekeeping advice, at first, the first couple years, I was confused because I was getting advice from too many people. But what I've learned to do is filter that advice through my own climate, my own local beekeepers, my own knowledge, and it really does help me kind of sort things out. Some of those things that are really good for you in your beekeeping adventure aren't good for me because of my own little, because of the climate or the types of bees. Everything is a little different for every beekeeper. But there is something to be learned by every bit of advice. So if you share that advice, I'll filter that through my own situation, and then possibly what you have to teach me will help me be a better beekeeper. For example. Whew.
Take a drink of coffee.
For example, this isn't beekeeping exactly, but what happened yesterday, the last couple days, I was out working on my Beeyard fence, and I posted a picture on Instagram that showed me using my cordless drill, drilling a big, they call them ledger bolts, but it's like a big lag bolt, into the fence, holding part of the fence together, and my drill wouldn't push it in all the way. So I posted the picture saying, hey, my drill is not working, and I'm 330 feet from the nearest outlet, so using my corded drill isn't really an option. And several people, Off-Grid with Doug and Stacy, joined in with the conversation, and gosh, I can't remember everyone else. Several of you on my Instagram and Facebook shared with me ways that I can get the job done. And 3 or 4 people suggested that I drill a pilot hole, pre-drill a hole, and then use a impact wrench. It impacts like instead of a solid drill, and it did the job beautifully. So yesterday I got a lot of work done with my son, the Golden Sun beekeeper, who isn't really beekeeping anymore. He was out there in his pajamas helping me out in the bee yard.
Now he's trying to get a splinter out of his hand.
Oh, you got a splinter in your finger from that? In your palm? You got a splinter in your paw? I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh
He
at
may
him.
not be a beekeeper anymore, but he's still a Golden Sun.
Yeah, he's still the Golden Sun. He's the only one with blonde hair, blue eyes. Not that that makes Golden Suns, but in our family, he's the lightest colored kid we have. Most of us are brown on brown. Yep, he got a splinter, helping me out in the bee yard yesterday with setting the post and holding the boards up. Somehow probably when he was climbing from one post to another, he thought it was fun to climb up on top of a post. This is before they were even set in the holes. He would jump up on the top of a post and then try to get on top of another post from that post. Yeah. So this is just kind of a funny story. The front of the bee yard, there's 2 tall posts. This is going to be where the gate entrance, I want to say too much because you got to see it on video, but there's an entrance that's going to have a really pretty top on it. And those posts, at the time that he was playing on them, were sticking 9 feet out of the ground. So he was on one that was about 5 feet out of the ground, trying to climb on top of one that was 9 feet out of the ground. And he almost made it. It was pretty good. It was pretty fun. He's so brave, still walking around with a splinter.
Somebody said you could put a potato poultice on it and it will pull it out.
Oh.
And Ronald says he has tweezers and a big knife.
So
Yeah,
here's your
help.
choices. You can use a potato poultice or Ronald's big knife and tweezers. I don't know. What is a potato
You
poultice?
mash up potatoes and put it on there and cover
Just
it.
take a raw potato and
That's
grind
my
it up.
understanding, yeah.
You could try that. It might help pull it out.
Stacy says you can put a piece of duct tape on it and it'll work its way right out.
Duct tape, potato, or a big knife. And hope that Ronald has his glasses on when he's wheeling that knife around. And Øystein is offering a torch. He can burn it out. You guys are so helpful. Yes, he'll be okay. The splinter will come out. He's soaking it right now in Epsom salt. I think that's going to help pull it out, or just give him a nice salty hand, one or the other.
Mary says put glue on it, and when it's dry, it comes right out when you peel the glue off.
We Tree Bonsai says, I have a video on how to make a potato poultice. So you could go check that out. See, I could just sit here and do my life live, and everything that comes up, I can ask, and my community here, my friends, my family, will just give us all the advice we need.
Well, I'll
Sometimes
take my picture of that.
5 or 6 things, and then you can just make your choice based on what makes you feel good. He's already salty. Yes, that's from Liz. Leg dog. Leg dog. That's an inside joke. All right. Make a video taking out your splinter. You'll get 1 million views. Man, 1 million views would really help my channel. I'll tell you what. You don't have what?
All you have to do is cut off the hand and there's no splinter.
Ooh.
That'll get 1 million views.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Taking off your appendages will certainly get a few views. I'm pretty sure that's against YouTube's their issues, their what do you call it? YouTube's agreement. All right. And another piece of advice is an ice cube. So you have the potato poultice, the duct tape, the salt, the glue. All right, glue maybe. Ronald's big knife, a torch, ice cube. Did I already say ice cube? He's got lots of choices.
I like the torch.
He'll get it out. 1 million views. That doesn't require a splinter. Let's see. He should have a log stuck in his finger. Yeah. All right. You guys are funny. You guys are a great group. And my list of things to talk about ran out this morning, so now we're just having fun. But I do want to encourage you to consider a hat, so you can take your hat selfies. Contact me through either YouTube or Facebook or my Gmail or my daddykirbs.com contact page, and we will get in contact with each other and see about getting a hat. I need to make an order. I don't have hats right now. The 2 hats that I have left are obligated, and I'm going to get those out, and then I will be completely out, and we'll get another. Yeah, Home Place Journal says, clickbait, my son almost lost his hand. Yeah, I'm actually leaning toward using clickbait because I'll tell you what, the YouTube algorithm is making it very difficult to get any views these days. I'm putting videos out, and I have...
Lester's here.
I'm getting maybe 800 views or so out of my videos. I used to be able to get 2,000 to 3,000 pretty easily, and it's just not happening these days. Not complaining, just saying that's how it is with the YouTube algorithm right now. It's just getting difficult to get views. I think a lot of people are not even getting notifications. If you are getting notifications of my uploads, let me know. If you're not, look through and see if you're getting those. Let me know that as well, so that at least I can have an idea of maybe why. I have nearly 40,000 subscribers, and lately I've been getting less than 1,000 views per video, and it just seems a little off balance. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll work through it. I'm not giving up. If you don't give up on me, I won't give up on you. Hey, Lester joined us. Lester, you need to stick with me in email and chat, because probably next week we're going to be moving those hives. So yeah, let's just let's stay in contact about that.
Stacy says she gets all your notifications.
Oh, Stacy's getting notifications. Yeah, I wonder. Kate says she's not. No. So some people are, some people aren't, and it's kind of a bumpy territory right now on YouTube. There's a lot of people who are not getting the notifications, or maybe they're getting flooded with notifications from people that are not even in their subscription list. It's just, I think YouTube is doing a lot of different things to make things work better for YouTube, as in more views, more money, and that's fine. It's their website. They can do what they need to do. But some of us smaller channels are suffering a little bit from that. I think if we can hang in there and just weather the storm, we're going to be okay. But right now, some of the things are a little bit shaky as far as just getting the views, getting people in there and seeing those videos. And it may just be that I have terrible videos these days. I'm okay with that too, because I'll get over that, and in time, I'll just get better videos or more videos. Just flood the market. All right. Wow, I think I just went speechless for a minute. I might be done.
I thought you were drinking coffee.
I did take a drink because I wasn't sure what to say right there. I might be done. This might be a short show by 10 minutes or so. If you have any final thoughts, go ahead and post those. It might spur a conversation. If not, we might just be done for the day. It has... Oh, wait. Here's something. This is one of our beautiful babies. Look at that.
Aww.
Look. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, don't let it get in my coffee. This is one of the showgirls that we recently... This one is a few weeks, 4, 5, 6 weeks old.
September 8th.
September 8th is when this one was hatched. They call them showgirls. They're a silky hybrid. They have this beautiful naked neck. They have the dark skin just like a silky. They have all the qualities of a silky but have a naked neck. And they look like a Las Vegas showgirl. They're so soft, so
they are soft.
Sweet. They make great pets.
That one's Brody.
This one's name is Brody. We're pretty sure this is a little rooster. Our son's name is Brody, and he was... Brody's birthday is in September, and this one was born in September, so we decided to name this one Brody. And Ronald said that's one ugly chicken. It's kind of funny because some people see these and think they are the most adorable things ever. Other people see them and say, "Is that chicken sick?" Because they have the naked neck and they think that possibly they have some sort of a feather issue.
I thought they were pluckers like my macaws are.
Oh yeah, no, this is just the way they are. They're a hybrid between a silky and a what they call a naked neck or a turkin. And that is a chicken that has, genetically is just like this. They have naked necks, and that trait is passed on to the showgirl when they breed with silkies.
They make great mommies.
They do make really, really wonderful mommies. If you are a chicken keeper, here's a tip. If you want hens that, there you go. She's ready to move on, or he's ready to move on. If you want hens that make wonderful broody mamas that will hatch your babies, silkies and specifically showgirls make the best mamas. Okay, we have a couple more silkies to show. Hold on, stick with me. We'll just fill in the last few minutes with chickens. We have moved some of the baby chickens indoors because it's getting cold outside and we don't want to risk. Okay, who are these?
They were hatched when they said Øystein were here.
Okay,
They're named after them.
these two.
Oh, I like that one.
These two chickens
Pretty.
were hatched when our Norway guests were here, our Norwegian guests. And so these two were named after those two chickens. Those two chickens. They were, I think I just got a gift on my lap. This is, one of them is Øystein and the other one is Lisa. So they have the Norwegian names.
Lisa is the white one.
Oh, Lisa's the white one and Øystein's the dark one. That makes sense because Lisa was much prettier than Øystein. Aren't they adorable? They really are cute. So these were hatched.
Good idea.
When they were here, they found them.
Oh, they actually found these. So yeah, I don't remember the dates,
Right?
but
They didn't find them in the coop. Never. Oh well.
maybe not. We might have our story wrong.
But they were hatched when they were here.
Øystein says, "Say what?" It's okay. It's okay.
They're so cute.
You build a better fire than Lisa does. Aren't they adorable?
They really are cute.
They really are. Silkies make the best mamas. Yes, they do, Brenda. Silkies, and specifically showgirls, we have found, make the best broody mamas.
Because they don't mind sitting on anybody's eggs.
No, they'll sit on any egg. Yes, and I have gifts all over.
From Øystein.
I'm not sure what, I think that was a leaf that dropped off the chicken, so it's not a mess.
Øystein says, damn right.
That's right.
Because he has so much more experience.
That's right. Øystein tended a fire while he was here, and he did a beautiful job, and much appreciated as kind of a funny moment. All right. I think we're done. It has been a wonderful morning hanging out with you. Hey, Adeline. That was probably for Liz. Liz and Adeline are friends. It has been a great morning hanging out with you. I love every Saturday morning. The live shows are so much fun for me, just connecting with a group of family members. Please join the Facebook family group so you can carry on the conversation, join the community, build the community over there. One more time, if somebody will post a link in the comments, I'll try to post a link in, I'll say I try because sometimes I forget. That same link I'll post in the notes below when the show goes live. And we'll carry on building the group over there. Joining the family group, FANILY, I should write that down and hold that sign up too, gives you an opportunity to connect with me easier. The YouTube message board, the messenger on YouTube is really bad. Sometimes I miss those. But on Facebook or Patreon, if you join on Patreon, that gives you a much closer connection to me and to the community that is building around this content. So thank you so much for being with me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your Thanksgiving weekend. I'll be at the Rabbit Show today. I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Bye.